Hello, this is Anthony. I'm inside the car right now because it's nice and cool and a little bit warm outside to walk around and do a video, which in some ways I could, but I'll start sweating. It's very warm, very humid, but I really like it. A lot better than fluffy white stuff falling from the skies. Anyway, America did drop the bunker busters in Iran. Now, the interesting thing is, Iran is not... If you've ever met some people from Iran, I've never heard one say, I'm an Iranian. Not that I've met a lot of them, but are either people who know Iranians. They call themselves Persian. They always refer to Persian. I speak Persian. I am a Persian. So they never say Iran, at least not the few that I've met. And so... Iran is a very biblical nation. You know, Christianity is the most persecuted religion in the world right now. Nigeria, you don't even see it make the news, but a lot of people are just getting wiped out. But as I read the word, and you know, some of the scholars are debating is what is part of Bible prophecy right now. Could it be? Yes. It talks about the total destruction of Persia, and supposedly Turkey's now coming in and attacking Iran from another side. So there's just dominoes starting to lean in situations that could get out of control real fast. I don't think it's anything to lose sleep over, but you know, if you're a person who's been preparing, homesteading, prepping, lots of extra water on hand for your family, food on hand, different things set up. You know, I've got Milwaukee fans that I can plug batteries in case the power is off. I can still keep a nice cool breeze, and then misters or wet sheets. I've got water. You know, I'm able to cover my family for a while. I mean, there's definitely been some financial challenges, but we'll cover those later. So just be prepared. And are there sleeper cells? Let's see, 4 years of millions of people coming across the borders. Gee. Unless you're a demon cat, you might not figure this one out. This could be a tough one right here. Millions of people walk across, not guarded. What could they carry? I mean, we got an incredible amount of fentanyl. It took an incredible amount of lives, and that has dropped considerably. Why? Because the border is being guarded. And there was actually some blue states trying to, I wonder why the fentanyl deaths went down. They just can't grasp that. The situation is, what else came across the border? What was carried? What was in a backpack? What are the parts and pieces? We know of a lot of Chinese. We know a lot of people of a not quite pro-American came across. Supposedly we caught some of them. And here Trump is trying, and ICE is trying to remove some of these people and send them back to their own nation. And yet we got parts and judges and different ones trying to stop this, saying these are good people. MS-13, questionable. So there is just a lot, you know. Could sleeper cells wake up? Possibly. Could a lone wolf? Possibly. Could the power go off? It wouldn't take much to take out the grid or parts or pieces of the grid. The internet, a little bit more complicated, but you take out power, you take that out too. And food chain supply, fueling stations, price of fuel can go up. You're trying to insulate the best you can. The best thing is to have cash on hand in case computers go down. And one of the best thing is also to have a good supply of things your family needs. You're going to go camping. You're going camping for 2 weeks in your own home, maybe a month in your own home. What do you need to go? Let's say you can't go to the store. If you couldn't go to the store for 2 weeks, what would you have on hand? What would be the cooking methods that would change, considering you might not get fresh vegetables? This time of year, hopefully you can put a garden out, or for those that could, or you know a farmer's market that's close by. And you find other ways. Develop every avenues to put food on your table, to cover your family. Cigarettes and beer and alcohol and a few other things might not be the priority. Inflation's going to come. If oil prices go up, it's going to affect the price of every other thing. The best thing to do is to be wise in what you do and how you do it. and what you set on the table. Can you save money using paper plates? Possibility, just small things like that. Don't let the kids grab a paper plate, which is anywhere from a dime to 15 cents for every little item. Make it count. But if like spending hot water to wash dishes, running it to the dishwasher, you got to kind of measure things and see where you're at in your energy costs, especially considering they're in heat wave somewhere and those prices are going to go up. And what misery if these guys were able to say hit a few power stations, what it would it create. If you have a battery operated fan, I have a large Milwaukee. I just have to have batteries for it, and it might not cool us, but it'll definitely keep a nice breeze on my family, and Milwaukee makes a smaller fan. I highly recommend having battery backup fans in your house and enough batteries to make it last, to make it bearable. And using misters or wet sheets or different things, you can actually cool yourself off. And it might not be as nice as a mini split or an AC unit, but it's better than some of the people what they had in the past. So you want to be on guard where you go, how far you go, kind of measure what's happening on the news, which a lot of that's lies and deception, I feel. They're going to be one-sided and try to point blame instead of just trying to give you awareness. So listen to local news and kind of compare things. Is this a good time to travel? If I go so far away from my home, yeah, you need a bug out bag. I've already been told by some police and some other people, if you're traveling more than 50 miles or you carry a bug out bag, have something in the car in case you need to get out and walk back home. Weapons, food, water, whatever you're going to need to make that jaunt back to the house in case the car goes down, something happens. And it doesn't matter what happens. It's trying to be in a situation, be prepared and don't lose sleep over everything. Don't get into fear. And you need to have a good church. You need to have a family at church. You need to have people support you. You need a group together. If things get a little weird or a little out of hand, you need family. They might not be blood, but hopefully you treat each other like family. And we really need just to pray for America. We need to go before God and pray these sleeper cells are discovered and that we just go in the right direction. We need to pray for our president. We need to pray for our military. We need to pray for our oil supply. If you're a believer, you need to be a prayer. Isn't it interesting that Christians are the most persecuted religion in the world? Generally, you only pray. The enemy, I've heard people talk about that like they're under attack. The devil is only going to attack something that's a threat. If your belief or your religion, that I never get attacked or nothing goes wrong, that's because you're not a threat. You're part of the problem. You're not the solution. So men and women of God, you become a threat to the God of this world and the other religions of this world. Because if we were truly walking in the authority of Jesus Christ, if we were truly walking in the power and authority that has been given to us and casting out devils, we become a greater threat. And to listen and be aware in the spirit of when and where to go, what to stay away from, crowds. And these days, don't just look for, they're having cars ram into crowds. You now need to be very aware of a buzzing sound in the noise of a drone. Be aware of if you look to the skies, look around, look on the ground. Where's the exits of a building? If you're outside, is there something in the air that doesn't not need to be there? You need to be aware. Go on YouTube. There's a lot of guys that deal on security, dealing with drones, how to be prepared. Financial guys. You have this wonderful opportunity, including me. I'm just kind of telling people to get into it and to pay attention. So anyway, the best thing you can do is be ready for your family and get ready the best you can for what comes. And mentally, spiritually, be ready to make adjustments. The world is going to be going through changes. Your family, you're going to be going through changes. Be strong spiritually, mental, and learn how to put it in God's hands and be directed by the Spirit to adjust with how this world's going to be, not become part of it, not become part of the enemy's plans. The Word of God talks very clearly that in last days there'll be wars and rumors of wars. Well, we're there. But also, it says don't be deceived. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful what you watch. Be careful of your information. Kind of discern it. Lord, is this right? Ask the Spirit of God to show you what's right and what's wrong. Anyway, walk forward in the things of God. Be excited about the Word of God because it truly is coming to pass today. And we truly are living in the end times. So, like, subscribe. Help me out on my videos. I appreciate it. And if you like them, share them. Let others know. I am a conservative Christian that believes God still does miracles. And we're going to be going through some interesting and rough times. And the best thing to do is provide the best spot, strongest belief for your family, and reach out to others and try to make a difference in their lives according to the Word of God. Thank you very much. Have a good day.